Well, it's a little past noon, and I just started diving today. I've only hit about 4 or 5 dumpsters, and here at this industrial complex where there's warehouses and stuff. Since it's the middle of the day, I'm not gonna hang out by the dumpsters for any longer than necessary, so I grabbed all this stuff real quick and just took off. And the back half of this tote's filled up with insulated wire. This gray stuff here is #1 insulated wire. That's a couple pounds of that. And there's some good #2 in there. And this great big coil of aluminum conduit that has #1 insulated wire in it. And that's gonna be about 2 or 3 pounds more of wire in that, plus the aluminum. And got a little e-waste. And this is the this is the product, except for that vacuum cleaner and this old metal plant stand. I got that yesterday. And I'm just working my way that way up to the scrapyard, and I'll have a full load by the time I get there. But this wire and all this wire and this aluminum came out of 2 dumpsters in this industrial complex in just a matter of minutes. This time of day I won't be spending a lot of time at the dumpsters because, you know, I mean, it is a nuisance, you know, to people, business owners and stuff. That's why, you know, I just get in and out, and 99% of the time no one even sees me. So I'll show you my load before I go to the scrapyard. Check this out. This is one of my favorite things to find. A TV that's just been thrown in here. And grab that big chunky wire. Sometimes that'll be aluminum, but when it's copper, that's literally like 2 or 3 pounds of copper. And well, on big TVs it is. And then I'll take that motor and some aluminum off that board, and I'll take all that insulated wire. Alright, so there it is. There's the mess. Little motor. It's pieces of aluminum. Another little motor. And I'll clean this up a little bit, you know. I'll take those wires off and cut that circuit board off that aluminum. I'm just gonna clean it up and see. Check this dumpster out. Look at all these boxes of Jordans. The dumpster right next to it. Jordans, all kinds of stuff. They're all empty though. I already checked them. Nike Airs, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I normally carry a first aid kit with me. I put it down here in my secret stash. But it got rained on a while back and I got rid of it. And I need to replace that, so. Dumpster diving is dangerous. Yeah, I don't mean to give the impression that the dumpster diving is not dangerous, because it definitely can be dangerous. And so can be driving a motorcycle, so. I don't want any of my viewers to think that there's not danger involved in doing this, because there definitely is. So be careful. Oh yeah, and you don't want to breathe that stuff. You definitely want to be outdoors and keep your head up here. You don't want your face down in that, breathing that stuff. Just any electronic waste. You want to keep your face out of it. Keep your nose out here in the fresh air. There's no doubt about that. Well, I forgot to tell you about that. This is the cord that's wrapped around that TV tube, and it turned out to be aluminum. See that? See the outside looks like copper, but it's just a coating. That's actually an aluminum wire. You can see the silver. That's aluminum wire, and I could just tell by picking it up because it's so light. A copper one will be heavier than that. But I mean, that's still good. I'm just gonna take it like that to the scrapyard. They call this stuff neoprene aluminum wire, aluminum insulated wire. I'm not gonna take the time to strip it. I'm just gonna take it like that, be done with it. I gotta turn the camera on at this dumpster. I pulled up, I saw all these cheap circuit boards. I'm just gonna take to the scrapyard and sell for e-waste, because there's not much value on them at all. I'll cut the wires off of them, but they're not really valuable. And then I found a little water fountain I think the pump's broken, so I'm just gonna scrap that. And I found looks like a blender motor. No, I don't know what that is. Anyways, scrap that, and then a bunch of cheap circuit boards is why I stopped at this dumpster. Is what caught my eye. They're just cheap, but I'll take them and sell them to the scrapyard. But then I got to looking. I opened this box up. Well, it wasn't closed, but it was on the side. I turned it over, and there was all these CD cases, but they're all empty. Well, actually, actually, the very first one I opened was this. Yeah. Yeah.
Good place if you get cans.
Yeah.
Is at the golf courses.
Am I allowed to go on the golf course?
Well, yeah, you can go to where, you know, the cart kids by the back of the restaurant?
Yeah.
The kids drive around in like little golf carts. They have big coolers and they have cans of beer
Yeah.
and sodas. And at the end of the day, with the golf courses, you can get a half dozen of them big giant bags with just cans.
All right.
And if you ask them about it and say, would you just give me a chance? I'll be here at exactly this hour.
Yeah.
That you say when the cart people come in.
Yeah.
And then be of your word. You have to be there. They'll go, no, sorry.
Yeah.
You can't be 20 minutes late.
All right.
Just stop when you want.
Yeah.
But if you stopped, if they said yes, just one of the 6 golf courses we have,
Yeah.
you would be thanking this old bag. You make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I know a lot of kids.
All right.
Their older relatives working there saving the cans, but they don't like doing that.
Yeah.
You know, they like to have one person come with the truck, a vehicle, be prepared to take away about 10 bags of cans.
10 bags? 10 big garbage bags?
Yes.
Wow.
You know, golfers, it could be nothing for, they do 9 holes, and then they hit the restaurant, that's called the loop.
Yeah.
They do 18 as a loop, but they do 9 holes, then they go out and do the other 9. So, that's a good way to do it.
All right.
Anyway, give it a thought.
Hey,
you know?
you mind if I put...
That way you got to go to a few places instead of here. You're going in here, you're risking bed bugs. You know, bed bugs are an epidemic.
Yeah. I heard they came back a few years ago.
Yeah, well, they are back. They're back with a vengeance because when we got rid of DDT.
Yeah.
You know? So be very careful.
All right.
You know, you get bed bugs. The thing is, when bed bugs lay eggs, let's say you take one home.
Infestation.
They have 3 days they lay more eggs.
Yeah.
Every 10 days. But they got to feed 3 days, then they breed, and then new eggs hatch. So if 10 hatch in 10 days and 10 more into each have 10, you can see it. But the problem is they lay their eggs on a substance they excrete. It's like super glue. I saw a special on TV. They took a putty scraper, a page scraper, and they could barely get them off of a board. And if you get those, you got real problems.
Hey, I'm making a YouTube video. You mind if I put you in my YouTube video?
No, not at all.
All right. My name.
In it?
Yeah, my name's Scrap Vulture.
Oh, hi. My name is Goldie.
All right. If you look for Scrap Vulture on YouTube, I'll put you in there.
Oh, all right. Okay.
All right.
Well, my name is Goldie. My last name is Locks. Go figure. But remember that about the cans. You don't share that. Because a lot of people can make a little extra spending.
Yeah.
I'm an old bag. You know.
Yeah.
The 70s generation.
I don't generally do cans like that, but I'll definitely tell somebody about it.
Tell someone. Somebody knows that
Yeah.
have a few kids and they're hurting for a little money. You know.
Yeah.
It's a way that they can feel better about themselves because they're not going to get 1 or 2 cans here and there. They're going in there getting out of the bins.
Yeah.
Bags. You know. It's just funny going down the drain that some young kid could use. You know, when I was in Las Vegas, I helped with a group for young teens, troubled teens. And we would go down the alleyways between the casinos with our bikes and different things and granny carts and garbage bags, and we'd get cans. And those really super poor kids that hardly had a meal in 2 days, they were like, wow, I've struck it rich. This is the mother lode. You know, getting like $2 in cans.
Yeah.
You know, but being kids, what do they want first? Candy bar, soda, hot dog.
What's the dog's name?
This is Oreo and Cookie.
Oreo and Cookie?
Yeah, Oreo. Scratch mommy's back. Oreo. Oreo. Scratch my back. Show off. Sick girl. Give me some love. Give me a kiss. Bites my ear.
All right. So for all you can hounds out there, that's actually solid advice there from Goldilocks. Except for the very first one I found. This was actually the first one I checked. and it's got the disc in it, so I thought I hit a jackpot, but everything else is empty. But then that got me to looking, and I looked under the box, and I yanked these textbooks out, an algebra textbook, and some kind of writing textbook. So I'm gonna check those out, and I like books like this, you know. I'll just take them home, and if they're not worth more than a few dollars on Amazon, I'll just donate them to the library. See, a lot of you might not know exactly what public domain means. Like see this place here, they got this fence with a gate, and the gate's open, and way back in there they got a dumpster. So you don't want to go back in there, because that's not the public domain back in there. Mainly because there's a fence and the gate's open, but that still doesn't mean that you can go back in there. So you want to stay away from stuff like that. You know, just hit them dumpsters that are, you know, out in the public domain. You know, sitting out in these parking lots and stuff like that. You know, you don't ever want to go back in there. So that load I got just shy of $14. Not bad for, you know, just a trip to the scrapyard, starting with pretty much nothing. So now I'm at zero again. Well, actually, it was $14 plus I got those 2 textbooks and a DVD still. I wasn't counting them. So now I'm at zero again. And here's an interesting dumpster with some aluminum gutters flattened, and some short steel, and a piece of aluminum with a wood block stuck to it. I think that's like some sort of flooring, like in the door or something like that. And the other side of it's gonna be an aluminum plate. And those wood blocks generally slide out of there pretty easily. If I can't get it out, I'll just take it as aluminum breakage. But I'm gonna get all this loaded up, start over again. And the scrapyard I went to is just up that street there, and then that way about a quarter mile. So I'm just down the street from the scrapyard. There's what was in that dumpster. I crushed those gutters down, and that wood block is stuck in there too hard. I'm just gonna take it like that. Nice pieces of short steel, bucket of screws. And actually, I guess I wasn't at zero. I was at zero just like 15 minutes ago or something. When I left the scrapyard, I was at zero. And between the scrapyard and this dumpster here, I hit a couple dumpsters, and I got a big grip of insulated wire down there. Some kind of stainless steel, funky old intercom system. Dirty filter. Some kind of aluminum cased. Actually, it's not aluminum. Yeah, it is. That's aluminum. Some kind of aluminum cased motor. Old fishing reel. Actually, I think works, so I'm gonna have that. I'll have a closer look at that before I scrap it. It looks like a decent little dude. Abu Garcia. I won't scrap that if it's in working condition. And just some various pieces of wire and junk. A little bit of #1 insulated. So it's a pretty good day so far. Car wash treat. One of my favorites. Well, I forgot to push record. I got a little over $8 for that load. And I forgot to push record, so I just got this iron, and I like these irons because they got a nice cord and it's aluminum breakage. So those are always good, and they're fairly common. And then right before I came here, I went by a chimney sweeping business, and I think that's some kind of stainless steel tubing for some sort of fireplace, maybe. I could be wrong. And then there was an orange extension cord at this, where I got that at. So added again, and I got let's see, the first load was about 14, and then 8, so 22. 50 cents at the car wash. So, and then plus the change, That's about $23, and I've been at it for almost exactly 3 hours. And so that's $23 in 3 hours. Plus I got this nice closed-faced fishing reel. It's perfectly functional. Abu Garcia. And it's in good condition too. So that, and then those 2 textbooks, which are down there, which are still a mystery. Could be worth a little bit or really nothing. I might donate them to the library, but, and then I also got a DVD in there. So not too bad. Beautiful day out. Absolutely beautiful. We got birds chirping and everything. Wonderful spring day. Oh yeah, plus that stainless steel, the iron, and the extension cord. That's gonna be another $2. That's gonna be another $2 or so. So that's $25. 2 textbooks, fishing reel, and a DVD. 3 hours. Well, on my way home from the scrapyard, stopped by the auction house dumpster, and some of these neat little plates. Got 2 of them. Sango. I've never even heard of that before, but I'm gonna keep those for myself because I really like those. Those are nice. For me personally, I don't know. I like that style. I don't know what you guys think of it. I really like that one there. But anyway, and then there's this book sitting here, really old biology book. So I'm gonna take that home and check it out. I always check out them old books, old textbooks. I always check those out. And this auction house dumpster, a lot of it, and I can smell the age coming off of it quite frequently. And I think a lot of it is like either people pass away or they move into like nursing homes and that type of stuff, and they auction off their estate, or their family does, or something along them lines. This dumpster's constantly full of what looks like someone's possessions. And it's generally old stuff too, like that book, that biology book, and it's always old picture frames and all kinds of stuff like that. That's kind of interesting. I didn't see that. He's all in one piece too. I have to clean him up. He's got, looks like dog hair on him. That's pretty neat. I didn't even notice that. I'll take that home. First edition, 1998. He's kind of a neat little dude. I'll have a look at him. What else we got in here I'm not looking at? I thought it was just a bunch of garbage, but that clearly wasn't garbage. That looks like about it. I'm not gonna dig down in there. Well, it's about 3:30, and I got just enough time to grab some lunch, go home, walk the pooch, and I'm gonna take this stuff, I'll take this home, take this scrap to the neighboring town where I've got that lawnmower and some other scrap, and I'll have just enough time to get down there to that scrapyard. Take these inside, get my dog. Kish, Kish, I'm a happy pooch. Who's a happy pooch? I'm a happy pooch. I am. So I got about 40 minutes to get down to the scrapyard, and what I'll do is I already got a parcel load that you saw me collect. I'll just work my way down there hitting dumpsters on the way there. It's about a 15-minute drive, and I got 40 minutes, so I'm gonna be able to get quite a bit of stuff. And I got that lawnmower from yesterday in the stash hole I'm gonna pick up too, so I'll have a nice load there. Well, I didn't really have time to take any more pictures. It's 4:59, and this particular scrapyard, they don't want to mess around after 5 o'clock. They close their gates, so I wanted to get down here as quick as I could. So I had that lawnmower strapped in here and cleaned out my stash hole. So that's a good load. It's almost $9, so that brings my total up to about 35 bucks so far today, plus them knickknacks and the books. All right, so once again I'm back to zero. I have 0 scrap to my name. This street here, this big giant long street, has all apartment buildings, and shoot, it must be a mile long, and it's full of just every building on it's apartments. I'm gonna scrap I'm gonna strap the GoPro on my head, and I'll run this route, show you the entire thing on the GoPro. That wasn't a bad trip home anyways. So now you see exactly how I do it. That's just a trip coming home from the scrapyard right there, just working my way home. Oh. That's a pretty typical thing, really. Computer, broken up laptop, aluminum, copper wire, you saw it all. That's typical stuff right there. I probably made about 50 bucks today. No big scores. That's a typical day if you don't find anything super valuable. And I need to do something with these ceiling fans. I'll probably just take the blades off and scrap the motors and sell the blades on eBay. I saw new ones like that are selling for like $100. Ridiculous for a set of 5. I'll check them out later. Actually, what I can do now though is get rid of this junk.